Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. We have a top 25 class between two of the best teams in the sport and both hoping to enhance their postseason resume. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the James Madison Dukes, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Longhorns will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. On the run, it's Irvin. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
And that pass picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! That his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Handoff to the single back. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab over the middle. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. The Dukes will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And they'll just down it right there.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
Here comes the Texas offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Looking for a crease to the left. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. All kinds of running room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
And that was a nice second down run and setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Off the RPO, complete. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends have so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
Firing to the right, complete. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. He wants to throw it again. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And this defense continues to bring the heat. First sack of the day, setting the tone in the first quarter. They had 5 last week, ladies and gentlemen. So this defense has been affecting the quarterback and making him feel so uncomfortable.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Back to the ground with the running back. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Snagged in the middle, it's Carter. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. The give to the tailback. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Texas 14, James Madison 0.
And the Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. At the 45 on his way. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
They move the tight end all over. On the ground, it's Irvin. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
And that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
The give from the gun. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
Tackle on play at the 31-yard line. Third down coming.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
And those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
They'll throw it on first down. Coming after him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This defense needed something to go right. Man, they're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
Trying to get to him.
And how about that back-to-back sack? You want 2 sacks in a game. That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Feeling some heat. Finds a man on the left. He's finally got it out of bounds, and even with that kind of pickup, they are still short of the first down. The Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. Running it back, it's Irvin. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on their scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball.
And now on second down for this offense. The give to the lone running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. He'll take a deep shot here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Dukes will call on their punt team. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. It'll go out of bounds. Depends on where they spot it, but looks as if it'll be around the 45. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. They've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Give to the running back. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
What a nice run there. And I tell you, Texas has always been a place where there have been outstanding running backs. This guy is the next in line. He's got vision, he's got speed, he's got power. It always seems like it takes multiple defenders to bring him down. Huge weapon in this offense.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that one.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Running back searching for a hole. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns.
Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A doff of the fedora, a hat trick, and we're not even at halftime yet.
Yeah, and these guys get these in high school and Little League, but my goodness, to do it at the college level, you already got 3, and it's just the first half. I think he's in for a pretty good day.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half.
Time to take a shot. Holds it in on the left. Running toward the tape. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. He looks that one in nicely. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense getting him to the ground for no gain.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. And the defense gets him out of bounds at the 3, and they're set up.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They're trying, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes!
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think that...
Oh, he wants it all. And he's got it inside the 35. Touchdown, Texas! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang.
And the ball is picked off. Touchdown, Longhorns! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
On the move from inside his 5. And he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line. What a terrible decision and return there. Shadow of the goalpost looming. 1st and 10 from their own 1, just looking for breathing room. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Lets it fly. Makes the grab on the left side. Oh, look out. There he goes. He's at the 10. Touchdown, James Madison. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Number 13.
Man, what a great way to end the first half. It wasn't a perfect first half. A lot of mistakes, still trailing by a lot. But here's the deal. Now you put yourself in a position, go make some things happen. Force some turnovers, play good in the second half. Who knows what will happen?
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Dukes will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He'll pull it down and run. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
4th down.
And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the returner will be knocked down. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack.
This is a real chance to sort of settle things down, maybe generate a little momentum if you can put together a touchdown drive here.
Oh, it'd be a great opportunity to make a statement and get back in this thing. I mean, it hasn't gone your way early, but I feel like you're creating some momentum here. And a score, Jesse, a score makes this a fun ball game.
It would be huge, but it's on the offense. They have to look at each other right now in this huddle on the field and go, look, guys, it's on us to march this ball down the field, score some points, and bring some energy now to our sideline.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's picked off for the third time today. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
That really wasn't his best throw. I tell you what, you got to choose when you're going to zip it in there and sometimes put some air underneath it. He chose the wrong one, put a little too much air underneath it. Defensive player makes the nice pick.
He'll take the deep shot. Makes the grab down the left side. Open runway ahead. Touchdown, Texas! And the punishment has been extended.
When these offenses get in the rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, gigantic implications in this top 15 battle today, and check out what's going down. Michigan is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Tom Brady should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by just 4 to Indiana. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He wants to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Now on second down after the incompletion. Gonna run it. It's Irvin. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Dukes line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. What a terrible, terrible shank. That punt is just going to create all kinds of problems. It goes out of bounds, and let's see where they spot it. They're going to take over right around the 30-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. He's got 98 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. They'll give it to the back.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
To the ground with the back. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the stomping has commenced.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. They're setting up the screen. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
And the Dukes will snap it on 1st and 10. Movement here from the tight end. To the ground. He's got it again. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Power football with the run. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They'll put the tight end in motion. On the run, it's Irvin. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now 3rd down becomes very manageable. It's not 3rd in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
He'll throw on 3rd down. They're bringing heat. And the missed connection on 3rd down. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Dukes!
How about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3's coming soon.
Still down big here in the 3rd quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Handoff to the lone back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Line is set on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Oh, it's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With 29. James Madison, 21.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
Get set, get set.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed in the middle. It's Carter.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You've got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Offense in a bunch formation. He's looking for a man on second down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Makes his connection. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The Dukes want to crank the tempo. On second down, looking again to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Shoots it to the left. It's complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And the Dukes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Hand off from the shotgun. He breaks a tackle. Pulled down after a gain of 5. It's at the 9-yard line.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, he's got enough. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is, too. Where is he trying?
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, James Madison.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Here comes the Texas offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, you're doing a great job. Just keep your head up. Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Smart move to keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down coming up.
on the double.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires on the move. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Dances away from the heat. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
The Dukes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Wants to go up top. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Trying to move them on the counter. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Snags it, and he will score! Touchdown, Dukes!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about it.
Just causing wreckage in the secondary. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. I know they were expected to win this game, and they're just about to finish it off, but there is something to be said for handling this type of pressure.
Handling it and squashing it. I mean, what an unbelievable job proving that you're one of the best teams in the country. Like, leave no doubt. That's a good football team on the other side of the field, Palmer, that they just took apart. Yeah,
they've been able to fight complacency all season long. It seems like it never matters who's lined up across from them. They're bringing their A-plus game to the yard, and they did that here today. Statement delivered.
And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal coming up. Running play to the left, working for the end zone here. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Off play action on 1st down. Coming after it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play, 2nd and long from the 11. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was